Welcome, Leo. Thank you for coming back. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, or like and share. Bottom of the deck is Virgo, I analyze. I get this a lot at the moment. Seems to be a general theme for quite a few people. Basically, when looking at your chart, what I see in this is that the Virgo traits, some of the traits that may be appropriate for you at this time, is basically a general decluttering that you need to do. So this can be emotional or physical or environmental, or all three. So a general declutter. It's about getting organized, because there's a lot of changes coming in your chart. So possibly you need to clear out certain things to make way for the new. You also need to pay attention to detail, which is a Virgo ability. Pay attention to detail. They're going to be important. It could be numbers, figures, words, even possibly even going into contractual. Also, you need to weigh up for yourself what is working for you. This is an analysis card. It's a very mental card ruled by Mercury. So you need to actually be looking at that and looking at your environment, or whatever it is that is in your environment which needs shifting or changing. Weigh up what's working for you. Also, your health, your diet, and your lifestyle is going to be important. It's a focus for Virgoan energy. So look at all of that, if there are changes that need to be made to assist you better moving forward. Another aspect of this card would be excessive worry about things, which will affect your nervous energy, which will affect your health as well. And then also criticism and nitpicking, whether you're the subject of this, or whether you're dishing it out, whether you're dishing it out to yourself or dishing it out to others. Just be aware that try and find a healthy outlet for that, rather. Get out and about, find some other activity, perhaps a creative activity, which again is indicated in your chart, a healthy outlet for that tendency. Okay, so in the first house is everything to do with yourself, your physical body. It's your appearance. It's your what you project to others, so how you're coming across to them, so what they see when they see you. So this can be your characteristics or your personality. It's also your own personal vitality, your life force, your energy, how you're approaching things, your personal independence, your self-oriented interests, and just everything to do with the self, really. So with Uranus Genius coming in, Uranus is the great awakener of the zodiac. It's the great change planet, the planet of change. So normally this is not a subtle or a sort of a gentle progression. This is going to be a lightning strike of some sort. So it's a jolt. It can be a sudden change that comes upon you. It can manifest in a great many ways. It depends really on where you are in your life, what's going on in your life, and what's unfolding for you. But whatever it is, it will be unexpected. It's called the awakener, as I said. So this is an awakening of general aspects in your life. So this can be intelligence, it can be incredible insights, it can be imagination, it can be just a brand new outlook on everything. So you literally are going to be shaken awake in this. So time to wake up. This indicates a leap in consciousness of some kind, but it's also an activation of self, your own personal self. So possibly there are aspects of yourself which are now falling away and new aspects are coming in. So there's a kind of liberation going on, which is very much a Uranus trait as well. So liberation of some aspect of you or your life. Reasoning comes in the midst of these transitions, these changes and shifts, which can be quite uncomfortable. There's reasoning that needs to come in, but it's a revolution of some sort taking place. As I said, you could have a brilliant idea that comes to you, or just some kind of understanding or realization, some insight which is going to change your life. You could also have a bit of rebellion in there as well, sort of bucking authority, if you know what I mean. But it also can mean a change in appearance, just as simple as that, a change in appearance for you, which is indicated in your 12th house as well. That's coming up. So making changes internally and externally. It could be a lifestyle change that you're making as well, sweeping changes. You could also be coming into contact with different types of people. So this is people that are different from yourself, whether they're foreign or eccentric or exotic, or they have a different sexual orientation to yourself, or they're just highly technical. They could be cutting edge. They just have a very different outlook on life, and you're going to be learning and interacting with them. It could also be that you're involved in activities of some sort which are unconventional or just unusual, and it could be in conjunction with these people or on your own. This card also brings in access to new forms of technology. So it depends on, as I say, where you are in your life, what sort of technology level you're at. This could be a simple upgrade for you, but whatever you have been using in whatever way is going to be changed or upgraded. So if you're using quite advanced technology, or you are quite technologically minded, then this is going to take it to the next level for you. So this could be virtual reality. This is advanced tech. Always Uranus brings this in. It also is it kind of covers science, space, discovery, anything like that. Anything that is cutting edge, frontier type technology and science falls under Uranus. Then in the second house, we have Gemini, I think. So second house is your house of income, the money that's coming in for you, however it comes in for you. It's also the house of self-worth, your self-worth and your value systems. So what you value in yourself, what you value in others, and what you value in your possessions. It's everything to do with ownership, what you own. It's also property, real estate, and your environment, everything to do with that. All your emotional and material resources fall under the second house. So with Gemini, I think you could be in two minds about something. You may have to make a decision. You also may have to walk your talk about something. You may have to give an explanation or talk your way out of a tricky situation, because that can be very much a Gemini influence. You need to think things through, especially if you're trying to make a decision, but always aim for sincerity with this card around, because you can come across as flippant or glib. Or argumentative. Okay, so aim for sincerity, pay attention to details and pay attention to what is going on. Finish whatever you start right now. Very important with this, because again, Gemini energy, they're interested in so many things, they're curious about so many things, and there's so many things going on at once that sometimes they can get a bit distracted. All right, so it is very much about finish what you start at this time. Apply intellect. It could be that you are the subject of hearsay or gossip at this time. You could be being talked about, or you're hearing issues about that, or you are following up on information which has been given to you, and you're working on that, or utilizing that somehow in your environment. But just be wary of it, because it could be sort of have a gossip source or a hearsay source, and that may, you may need to investigate further. Apply your intellect and think things through really quickly. If an opportunity comes to you, you may have to jump quickly to take advantage of it, but think it through properly and do your research as well. This is ruled by Mercury, so it's very much a mental sign. As I said, quick thinking may come in for you at this time. You may need to use your wit and your humor. Communication is highly, highly important at this time, and this is across the board in all aspects of the second house. So communication, hugely important, and this can be all forms of communication, not just verbal. It can be written, it can be online, whatever is working for you. It could also be that you are, again, technology is coming in, so you could be upgrading that in some way, or you're using technology to improve your income earning possibilities. So just see how that applies for you, and perhaps you need to do that. Perhaps you need to upgrade what you're using, or to get a wider audience. Writing comes in, multitasking. All of these aspects are very much Geminian qualities. You could also be suffering from a bit of nervous exhaustion or talking too much. There's a lot of explanation going on, so just be aware of that. That you, as I said, aim for sincerity and think things through and deliberate on what it is you want to do. But if an opportunity comes to you and it looks good, feels good, and you've done your research on it, then jump. In the third house, we have your destiny. So your third house is your house of communication of all kinds. So this is written, verbal, body language even. This house also rules contracts and all kinds of documents because it's all written. It can also cover short trips as well, although I feel that may not be highly indicated at this time. And if there is something, there may be a delay or a frustration about it. But mostly I think this is about your communication, how you are utilizing it at this time and how you are making your way outwards in the world. So this is communication with your immediate people around you, certain people in your environment. It can also be a wider audience or the public in some way. So you're going to be involved in that, but it could also be covering documents and contracts of all kinds. With the communication, it can be specific people in your environment. So this can be aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, relatives, even your neighbors may be involved in some way. So with this Your Destiny card coming in, this is not going to be an easy aspect to deal with. You're being tested at this time with this card. So you may just feel at this time that you're out of step with others in some way. You may just not be on the same wavelength, or you may not be in the same flow with them. You may feel like a bit of a black sheep if that energy is for you. You may just be feeling a bit different from others. Or it could just be that you're on your own path and there is no support and no advice from others coming at this time, which is entirely appropriate with this card, because this is about going inward. This is about consulting your own inner guidance and finding your own truth, however difficult that may be. So you're going to be plodding along on a specific path that may not be clear for you at all, what you should be doing or where you should be going or how you should be doing it. And this is why you're forced to go inward to consult your own inner knowing, which actually does know what to do. So you will be making your own way, going inward to consult your inner knowing, your higher self, your own GPS. You're going to be weathering through some sort of confusion or difficult circumstances, or even chaos, if that is appropriate, because Uranus may have stirred up some chaos for you. So you're going to be, as I said, making your way through that. It could be a little bit stressful right now, but there is purpose in finding your own path, and this is the whole point of this: finding purpose in your own way. There are some fated situations going on. Just keep on your path. You know the way. Make adjustments as you go along. Adjust your sails as you go along, and you need to do that after some sort of a self-examination and self-consultation. But trust that all things will work out, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep pressing on and weather through any kind of circumstances, and stay on your path, but always follow your own inner guidance. Then in the fourth house, we have Aries I Am. So your fourth house is your house of home and family. So the home can be your physical structure, where you actually are, the actual physical structure, the house or apartment or whatever, but it can also be where you're currently residing right now. So it could be your home life. So this is the atmosphere in the home, or it could be the people in your home. And it's also the relationship that you have with your family, your roots, your foundation, your ancestry, your ethnic identity, whatever is appropriate for you. So with this Aries I Am energy coming in, this is a fast-moving energy. It's a test of will. You may be challenged in some way. There could be a little bit of competitiveness going on. But however it's playing out for you, because this is a warrior energy, right? It's ruled by Mars, but the energy is to move ahead quickly. You may be forging ahead with something. Perhaps it's an idea or something that you want to do. Perhaps it's something to do in your home. Perhaps you're busy with some kind of renovation or change of some kind to do with your home. But this is a gathering the energy, and it comes upon you now, and you move forward, forging ahead to achieve what you want, getting things started, and then seeing them through to the finish line. All right, so again, this is coming up, finish what you start. So this is the energy to get things going, get things moving. If it's to do with people in your home, or to do with your relationship with your family in some way, just avoid conflict where possible. So quick temper or rash action will not serve you well at this time. So don't make impulsive rash action or decisions at this time. Measured and disciplined action is going to serve you better at this time. You would achieve better results. You're going to be needing to cooperate with others and be sensitive to their input as well. So it looks like it's a sort of a cooperation, it's a cooperative energy coming upon you right now, but there is an energy to get things started, get things moving in consultation with others, to move you forward in whatever way is playing out for you in the 4th house. Then in the 5th house we have Pisces, I believe. So your Pisces, your 5th house is your house of creativity. So this is your creativity, how you use it in a daily basis, what your creative skills might be. It's not necessarily artistic, it's creative, which can be across the board in every way, in every moment we're using our creativity. It's also the house of children. So this is your children, or it could be children that you're associated with. It's also everything to do with children. So this is the conception even of children. It's also the house of love affairs and everything to do with that. It's the house of activities, recreational activities of all kinds. So this can be pleasurable activities in association with a love affair, or any kind of pleasurable activity which is involved perhaps with your children or something that you're involved in. It can be any kind. It can be a sporting activity or a club activity or a handcraft, or just some kind of activity which is fun and recreational for you. This house also governs activities which are risk-taking, so gambling or dabbling in the stock exchange and so on. So with Pisces, I believe, so this is asking you, there's a sort of a double edge to this energy. You have two sides to it. You have the wonderful dreamy and imaginative abilities that come with Pisces. So this is the asking you to get creative, to get imaginative and channel this energy. So this is artistic endeavors or any kind of creative endeavor. It's also dreams and visions, and having faith and trust, and quite a lot of a healthy dose of idealism as well. So in an ideal world, what would you like to create, and so on. So it's very much about dreams and visioning, imagination, connecting to the divine, going with the flow, having a wonderful, compassionate energy, and connecting to the greater oneness of the universe. All that comes in with Pisces. But there is the other side of Pisces, which is about kind of wearing rose-tinted spectacles, which need to come off. All right. So, but at the same time, you also need to maintain your boundaries. So you could be seeing things through a veil. So you could be not seeing things clearly right now. Things could be a little bit confusing for you. You don't have clarity. So ensure that you're always acting with sincerity, which came up before, and try and do the very best you can to get clear on everything. Be clear about what you're doing, what you're saying, who you're interacting with, how you're interacting with them, and so on. Maintain your boundaries, because during this time you could be taken advantage of in some way, or you could be exhibiting behavior which leads to your own self-undoing or self-sabotage. So not seeing things clearly and making decisions which are not beneficial for you. So self-undoing does come in with this. Or you could be mixing with the wrong crowd, or being pulled under by other people and their complications. And therefore they drain you of your energy. So just be aware of that. There could be a bit of victim consciousness going on, or even addictions. Illusions can be very strong with this card. So that's why I say lack of clarity, a bit of confusion, and so on. So this could be playing out with you, or in a love affair, or it could be in a sort of club activity, or it could be with your children. Perhaps they are going through issues of this, or perhaps they are experiencing issues with this. So then it will be up to you to guide them as best you can. So as I say, take that all into account. This card is very much a water sign as well. So it could be as well just simply that you could be taking part in water activities of all kind, which is going to be really beneficial for you. So whether it's a trip to the seaside, or swimming as a regular activity, a sports activity, or any kind of water activity is going to be beneficial for you right now. Then in the 6th house, we have Sagittarius IC. So this is the house of work, workplace, work colleagues. It's your work routines, and it's also the mastery of your craft, whatever it is that you do. It's also the house of health and diet and lifestyle, and it's the house of pets. So with Sagittarius, I see this is a very expansive energy to be coming into your 6th house. It's very expansive. It can bring quite a bit of exploration in and adventurous activities, even travel. So you could be diversifying when it comes to your work, whatever it is that you're doing, or it could be that you are changing your lifestyle in some way. But with Sagittarius, I see it is a very, it loves freedom. So this is a freedom energy. So really what it's saying is that you need to take a break from your current routine. Whether this is in your lifestyle and your health and diet, or whether it's in your actual physical working life, you need to take a break from the routines that are in place at the moment to give yourself more freedom. Because from that freedom then comes the expansion and the ideas, which is what this card is about. Expanding your mind, expanding your feelings, and also just having a bit of downtime, enjoying the outdoors, recreational activities, just expansion in general, and then that opens you up, and then fresh energy comes in. So you could also be experiencing a lucky break of some kind. So you may have been toiling away at certain things for some time, and when you make this change or you make this routine break, then you experience a lucky break of some kind. Or it could just be a really a brilliant circumstance which comes in for you, and you can take advantage of it. You may need to get outdoors, as I said, to experience more, socialize more. You could also be having a new pet coming in for you at some point, or experiencing activities with the larger animals like horses and dogs and so on. But a lucky break may be coming in for you. This card is also saying it's time to be honest with yourself and honest with others as well. You may also be needing to explore perhaps learning, studying further. So learning something new or studying further. And this possibly will bring in a change of routine for you. And this can encompass a great many different things, whether it's philosophy or religion or learning about different belief systems. It could also be that you're taking a risk or a gamble at this time in this house. When it comes to health and diet, you just be aware that you may have the opportunity for an accident of some kind could come in for you, a slip up of some kind. You could be feeling a little bit looser in the body and maybe a little bit more clumsy than normal. It could also be the Sagittarius energy is big and bold and expansive, and there could be a bit of overindulgence, which could be from the Christmas period going into New Year. So overindulging across the board in all forms. And also kidneys may be taking a little bit of strain at this time. So look after your health, look after your body, and have a look at that from the Sagittarian point of view. Then in the 7th house, we have part of fortune increase. So whatever is going on in your 7th house is going to increase. Okay, so but I feel that this is generally a kind of a moving ahead card. So if you've been having difficulties or having troubles, or there've been troubled waters or choppy waters, or just things that you've been working through, this indicates a moving ahead, a release of some kind, a resolving of conflicts if there have been conflicts, or a resolving of any kind of hurdles that you've had. So that they will fall away. You'll have a smoother path, easier flow. Good fortune could even be coming to you at this time. But since it's in your 7th house is all about relationships. So this is your one-on-one personal relationships, but it's also your committed partnership, your love or marriage partnership. But it can also be a business partnership or any other close personal relationship which you may be involved with at this time. So this is this card is, I feel, about treasuring your closest relationships or partnerships at this time, really treasuring those, and harnessing as much as you can from that, because there may be aspects of these relationships which you have overlooked or you haven't really focused on properly, and there's a pot of gold within that. So really treasure your relationships, give them the time and the attention they require. and it will come back to you. All right. So harness any hidden benefits in your relationships or in your relating ability. Harness any hidden benefits or skills that you may have there. The opportunity for success and gains is strong with this card. You may be receiving gifts of some kind, but destiny and fate is very strong with this card as well. It's a destiny and fate card. So whatever is playing out for you in your 7th house is meant to be. So go with it however it plays out for you. But it could also be simply that you're overcoming and you're moving forward in some way, or you could be having another look at something in your life and seeing the blessings in it. As I said, you could be having a very good lucky period or good fortune in some way in the 7th house. Then in the 8th house we have lunar eclipse change. The 8th house is the house of sexuality, but it's also the house of your committed partnership and the merging of you in this partnership, or it could be with a business partner. So it's the merging of your emotional and your material resources into a working relationship or into a working partnership. So it's all the merging of everything between you and how that's going to work going forward. It's also the house of other people's resources, other people's money. So that may be a profession for you, or you may be involved in that somehow. You're dealing with that in somehow. And this is why when it comes to relating in a committed partnership, when you're dealing with somebody else's money, there are responsibilities and boundaries with that. It is also the house of big money. So this is the house of finance, which is related to things like investments, insurances, taxes, accounting, banking, assets, everything to do with that, shared resources. It's also it can be inheritance and it can be legacies as well. So it's also the house of endings and beginnings, and this is very strongly indicated with this card. It is an endings and beginnings card. It is indicating massive change in this house. So inevitable change coming for you. When we say an inevitable, this is something that must happen, and it simply must happen for you. And it may have been something that you were aware of it, you just weren't sure of the shape of it, or you couldn't deal with it, or you just couldn't get to it, or you were aware of it but you weren't sure what or how. So this change now suddenly bubbles over and comes for you, and the swiftness and the unexpectedness of it could take you by surprise. So it's a really abrupt, swift change, swift upheaval of the status quo, something that bubbles over, or it could just be a really abrupt, unexpected change coming for you at this time. So an uncomfortable transition during this period. While you're in the midst of this upheaval, it will feel uncomfortable. You will be out of your comfort zone. Effort is required to get you where you need to be. So you're going to need to apply a lot of effort to get you out and into smoother waters. So some sort of ending and some sort of beginning. There are cycles involved in this. Habits as well. So you're transforming all of that. You're transforming your habits, how things have been to how things must be from now going forward. Cycles are changing, and you've got to learn to ride those. You may also just be having a really brand new perspective or a new direction at this time. So that could be brought about through this change. You could be spending a lot of time looking at the past as well. That you can gain wisdom from hindsight, but it will not help you. You need to move forward. So you can look back at the past, take what you can from it, but move forward. You can't live there. All right. So this is abrupt, unexpected change coming for you in some way, shape, or form, but it is going to move you where you need to be. And it's just that transitionary period may be uncomfortable. It can unfold over a 6-week or a 6-month period. Then in the 9th house, we have Jupiter return benefits. So this is the house of international travel or travel of all kinds, even in the mind. So this can be learning something or exploration of some kind. It's adventure. So adventure, exploration, but it's usually associated with learning or international travel of some kind. It's also the interaction with foreign things, foreign cultures, foreign concepts, belief systems, anything like that. And it could even be covering a business which is sort of import export, and that covers foreign things, foreign transactions. So it could also be reaching a wider audience, which is worldwide. So that's why publishing falls under this house as well, and public relations and promotions, things like that. So it's you meeting the world, or the world meeting you in some way. So ninth house, as I said, covers international travel, long distance travel, adventure, exploration, higher learning. So this is university level education or adult education. It's also the house of philosophy, religion, belief systems of all kinds, anything foreign, faith and wisdom and the understanding of that, the search for meaning and purpose. It rules teaching, publishing, promotional work of all kinds. It also rules the law and the higher courts. Its relationship to in-laws. There's a great deal underlying this card. So it could be, as I said, you could be going on an international trip of some kind, which might just assist you to get a fresh perspective on things. It might be very well needed at this time to change your perspective, to get a different view on things, expand your mind, or it could be that you're exploring that through studies, or through a business, or through publishing, or teaching, or interactions on a promotional level, something like that. With Jupiter return coming in, what this is indicating that something from the past, whether it's an idea or a plan or a business or something that you wanted to start or do, or you had intentions to take up at that time, didn't happen for whatever reason. It was shelved or put away or put on the back burner, or it fell apart or died. Something that from the past possibly is coming back for you now, and it's going to bear fruit, or it's going to bring benefits to you in some way. It could even be a person coming back to you. So this is an old lover or an old love or an old relationship, something like that, something from the past. Normally Jupiter return takes about 12 years to go right round back to its place again. So between sort of something around about 10, maybe 12 years at the max coming back to you, but it's something from the past that is resurfacing again, or something that is coming out of the ashes of something that just didn't work, okay? Or the re-emergence of a plan, or a desire that you had, something that you wanted to do and you couldn't do. So this is bringing in, it's a lovely card to be having in. So as I said, the past bears fruit in some way, something or something, someone or something returns, but there's travel, adventure, exploration with this card. Jupiter is in its own house, in the ninth house, okay? So it's a very Sagittarian type card. You could be receiving a boost of some kind, or there's positivity. Faith even comes in with this, strength to carry on, strength to pursue what it is you want. You could also be experiencing a rescue of some kind. So this is something rescued from the ashes, something that just kind of died, gets rescued and brought back in for you. It could be that doors are opening for you right now, and you can now pursue these goals with great energy. It could be that an opportunity is coming to you, or an advantage of some kind. Take advantage of whatever comes to you, any kind of opportunity or door that opens for you. You could be receiving the reward of something as well. But study, publishing, and quick developments coming with this card. You will need to use discernment right now. Use wisdom in your choices, because you could get quite a few things coming for you, and you need to move quickly on them, but you need to be discerning, and you need to apply effort to anchor these opportunities for yourself. So you need to anchor them down for yourself. They're not just going to materialize by themselves. The Jupiter is a fast-moving energy. It's a quick development, so you need to harness that and move with it, but use your discernment. If you're facing some kind of legal issue, because the law and the higher courts are ruled by this house and by Jupiter, so if that comes in for you, some sort of block may be lifted right now. So, the chances of a good outcome are there, but a block may be lifted, or it could be that you're just having the faith and the strength to continue with it at this time, but I feel that you'll be able to move forward once this has come to pass. Then in the 10th house, we have Chiron healing. 10th house is the house of career, fame, reputation. It's also the house of your public status, which can be changing at this time. So you could be going from married to divorced, or single to married, or you could be an employer and you're now becoming an employee, or were an employee and now you're becoming an employer. Some kind of public status change could be in the cards for you. It's also the house of authority figures. So this is somebody in your life, an authority figure, or it could be in your career, or it could be somebody that you look up to or that you admire, or it could be a famous figure that you kind of admire from a distance, all right? So all of this could be coming in. So it could also be issues to do with authority figures in general, okay? So this can be, this could be legal, but it can also be law enforcement or anything like that. Perhaps it's a career path for you as well. So with this card coming in, what it's saying to you is that with the authority figure as well, just bearing that in mind, it could also be a father figure or even a mother figure, but it's an authority figure in your life that may be undergoing some kind of transformation. But what it is indicating is that there has been some kind of dysfunction or painful experience in this house, which may be repeating at this time. So this is something that is coming back again for you to look at. It could be a recent experience which is coming back again, or it could be something from the past which is repeated several times, all right? So it's a dysfunction or a painful experience. It could be in a clash with an authority figure, or a clash with somebody, or it could have just been some kind of experience that you had in your career, something. And what it's asking you to do is to actually examine this circumstance or situation or experience that you have or have had, to examine it closely, because it has a purpose in your life. It has a function. It has it's there for a reason, and it's to point you in the direction of something. So it's asking you to look at something and see the purpose that it's had in your life, the reason why it has been in your life. And once you acknowledge that it has had a purpose, and that you have, you've taken that on board, you've accepted that it's had a purpose, and you've accepted what went down. You've accepted it, that it had a purpose, it served a purpose in your life. And once you accept it and you bring it into the light, and you forgive and heal and move forward from there, then it should not repeat, okay? But it's that process you have to go through. You have to see what was the purpose of it. You have to bring it into the light, because if you keep burying it or putting it in the dark, it's going to keep coming back at you. So it's something that you have to deal with, all right? And just acknowledge it. Let bygones be bygones. Do the forgiveness rituals, whatever it is that you have to do, but you must bring it into the light, and you must accept and understand what purpose it had in your life. Once you've done that, you can move forward. But it also can just be that there's alchemy going on in this house. So something is being transformed. Something is being resolved and transformed. You're rising from a difficult circumstance, like a water lily, to the surface. It could also be that you've been living a half-life, some sort of old routines. You've been doing the same things over and over and over and over for years. The same routines, the same career, the same thought patterns, the same issues going round and round. Or it could just be almost like robotic activities that you've been involved in. And this needs to change now. This needs to be changed. It needs to be transformed. And you can only do that through some sort of self-examination, all right? So working with others that have had the same issues may be appropriate for you. Maybe you will find healing in that way. So working with others that have been through the same experiences and going through a healing or helping them to heal may be appropriate for you. Learning, teaching is highly indicated with this card. So you may be wanting to do that, or you may be required to do that in this house. Shamanism is one of the aspects of this card, as is natural remedies, traditional healing, traditional remedies, or natural therapies, natural remedies, anything to do with that. That's naturopathy, homeopathy, chiropractic, any natural therapy or any natural remedy, it comes in with this card. So this could be a career choice for you now, or it could be something that you need to look at for your own personal interest, or it could be for you to find healing and resolution. So health is indicated with this card, medicine, spiritual growth, which comes through difficulty. So addressing the painful situations and moving through that to the freedom on the other side of that. So spiritual growth in some way or shape or form. It could also be publishing or writing about healing remedies or your own healing method or your own healing journey, and sharing it with others, indicated with this card. Then in the 11th house, we have void of course, moon missing. So 11th house is your house of friendships. It's your house of your personal hopes and dreams and wishes and your own hobbies and interests. And it's also the house of contacts and networks, and group activities of all kinds. So this is associations, societies, clubs, or even online groups, or any kind of, even a group of companies. So anything like that is involved with the 11th house. It's also the house of observing or being involved in or understanding trends in society and in the world at large. So trends, global consciousness, group consciousness, social reform, any of those aspects. So now with the void of course moon missing, however this is playing out for you, what it is saying to you is do not take new action or make new decisions at this time. Stay as you are. So no new action, no decisions or no fresh action at this time. Stay as you are, because with this you're in a shadow period at the moment. So if you persist with something, you'll get a wrong result or no result. And things could be be cancelled or delayed, or frustration, or you could end up spending a lot of money on something and it fails. Okay, so just stay as you are for the moment. It's a shadow period. This is a rest, sleep, contemplate, plan period. This is not a time to be taking new action. During the course of this month, it may cover a week or so, or maybe slightly longer. See how the energies feel for you at this moment. And if you are experiencing frustrations or delays with something that you want to initiate, wait, put it aside, and continue later once the energies have shifted. So if there are still stormy things going on or circumstances going on, and this has been indicated already in your chart, if there are matters going down right now, just allow them to settle on their own without your interference. Just rest, contemplate, plan, dream about what you want to do, and until the right time comes along. Any kind of spiritual or meditative activities will be well undertaken at this time, so that will work well for you. But just avoid also loaning money to other people at this time, because that will not work for you. Probably won't get it back. Things like that. It's a shadow period. Don't initiate anything new at this time in this house. And of course, as I said, it may only be for a week or so. Just see how the energies shift for you. Then in the 12th house, we have Venus love. So 12th house is your house of your unconscious self. So this is your hidden motivations and drives, what goes on under your conscious self. And it also deals with, this is where you go when you need to retreat or withdraw, or for self-reflection, or any kind of reflection, any kind of meditative activity. Your spiritual life falls under the 12th house. Meditation, mysticism, healing of all kinds falls under the 12th house. It also covers escapism, drugs and addictions of all kinds. So escapism is fine if it's just a break you need to take to reorientate yourself, but if it becomes a regular activity and you're indulging in substance abuse, then it becomes an addiction. Okay, so or any kind of addiction, in fact. It can be too much TV, or too many game playing activities, or just any kind of addiction, too much of the same thing. This is also a house of service to others. So this is serving. Okay, so whether it's a profession for you or serving others in some way, or you want to do that, it's the 12th house activity. It's also the house of karmic lessons and experiences in institutions of all kinds. So this could be hospitals, libraries, universities, banking, or government institutions. It could also be prisons even. So it's your experiences there. So you may be going yourself, perhaps you have a hospital visit, or you are wanting to study something further and you're busy investigating that, or it could be that you're going with somebody else to investigate at this time. So with Venus love, this is the card of beauty and charm. It's also the card of love. So I feel with it, because it's falling in your 12th house, I feel that this, because of what is going on in your chart currently, I feel that you need to just sort of lavish yourself with a bit of self-love and me time right now, or go through periods of that. Make sure that you do that on a regular basis. So spend time in your own company, just enjoying yourself, lavishing yourself with various activities, or just me time, quality time, and healing activities. Surround yourself with comforts, luxuries, and beautiful things, perfumes, oils, cosmetics, and beauty activities. So this is going for pamper sessions where you spoil yourself. So this is like facials and spa days and things like that. If at all possible, then ensure that you do that in some way, shape. Even if you do it for yourself at home, make sure that you do that. So lavish yourself with love and me time. Give yourself appreciation. And then once you do that, once you fill up your own cup, then you can do it for others. But if your own cup is low or empty, you're simply not going to be able to do it for others, and you're just going to deplete your energy. So this is about seeking balance and contentment in yourself, and then you can give it outwards to others as well, and then you will attract the love and appreciation from others. So show it to yourself, and then you will attract it from others. So it could be that you're undergoing some kind of makeover internally and therefore externally. So what you do internally will reflect outwards. So as I said, lavishing yourself with love, then that will reflect outwards. You will project that outwards, and people will be drawn to that, and they will appreciate that. And it could also be that you're having a physical makeover. Perhaps you need to go and have a new hairstyle done, or as I said, spend time at the spa, or some kind of makeover. It could be that romance is coming in for you in some way, shape or form, or a new love could be coming in for you, or it could be just that you're enjoying romantic activities, and this could be enjoying the arts or socializing. So the arts can be ballet, music, concerts, visiting galleries, whatever it does it for you, or it could just be socializing. Relaxation is highly indicated with this card, you know, and enhance and make use of your creativity as well. Use your creativity to and also to look for refinement in yourself and in others and in your environment and in your activities. So it's the process of refinement, and if you have to do that through a spiritual activity or a healing activity, refinement of yourself, your internal and external, then that's what you do. It could also be that you may have some sort of legal issue, because Venus does govern that as well. Venus rules Libra, which is all about legal issues as well. So you may have a legal issue coming in, or legal and or money coming in for you. So I feel that with this, you will be able to resolve it, and that what it's asking you to do is to resolve it and to find solutions, to settle this, any disputes, or to settle any conflicts that you may be having at this time. Use your charm and your refinement to settle it and move on from there. It could also be that you may be having a flirt with overspending at this time, because with the lavishing, Venus sometimes can do that. There can be over expenditure on luxury items that you don't need. But whatever luxury item or whatever luxury activity you're spending on yourself, you must get benefit from it, and it must work for you. So just be careful of overspending. You could also be having issues with codependency in partnerships or relationships at this time, because this is another trait, another side of this card. So examine that, because this is the house of the 12th house, examines your hidden motives and drives. You could be having a drive for that, or you could be having an overhaul of that in yourself. So address those issues, find healing for that, detach from the codependency, and work on your own independence at this time. Okay, Leo, hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, and have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time.